All right, let's go to Pretoria now. The South African justice system has forced government to act on numerous burning issues since 1994. In response, government's holding a forum to discuss better ways to handle court cases involving the state. And President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to give the main speech in Pretoria. Siphamandla Goge is live with us now to discuss this. Sipa, let's focus on what the main aim of this year's forum is, the forum that the Solicitor General brings together.
Well, the main aim here is to try and unpack whether the state responds in a manner that is coordinated in terms of dealing with legal matters. Remember, this is an intergovernmental national litigation forum. It's a forum that is designed to bring all government departments together and entities together. The state is bleeding billions of rands in terms of litigation. There are too many litigation cases that are underway. Various departments, be it Home Affairs, police, we are talking about health, education, the Department of Justice itself, they get sued a lot, and there are too many cases that need to be settled. And there is a concern that the state may actually run out of resources if it has to settle these billions of rands in terms of claims. Right now, we are joined by the Minister of Justice, Minister Ronald Lamola. Thank you very much for your time, Minister. Let's talk about this Intergovernmental National Litigation Forum. What is it? What is this? What is the mandate?
Yeah, thank you, Siphamandla, and to the viewers. The mandate is to broaden the coordination within state, for the state to respond effectively to all litigation across the country, provinces, national government, state and entities, and local government. The state, prior to 1994, under apartheid, we did not have the amount of litigation we see today. One of the things that came with the advent of democracy, it will become a litigious society. So sometimes ministers or even officials in the government hear on the news that there's a court order against a particular department, and you will be shocked sometimes it's billions of rands. So this platform is aimed to coordinate all the processes of litigation so that the state can respond effectively, and also that to efficiently deal with the structural challenges between the state attorney and the government officials that are responsible for legal services.
Which matters are litigated the most, and which departments are heavily affected by this litigation?
Health, with the huge contingent liability amounting to billions of rands. Police follows with the huge contingent liability. Education, Home Affairs with the huge myriad of challenges on migration. So, and even provincial governments, you will be shocked with some of the bills that they find themselves sitting with, including the contingent liability, which then affects the planning of any government department, because if you are sitting with contingent liability that is going to eat into your fiscus, it may affect the services delivery budgets that you are looking into the future.
Because that's the impact I was going to touch on, to say if you were to settle all the claims and if you were to proceed with these litigations, the amounts will simply mean that the state will not be able to function.
Yes, that's what it means. It's billions of rands. Hence, there is a need to coordinate, to plan, and be responsive, but also to ensure that the state attorney and all responsible to protect the interest of the state in the courts. It's a perfect modernized law firm. The state attorney, when it was started, there was only South African Railways. Today, we've got many huge entities across the country.
Another challenge is that government departments and entities, they spent a fortune on senior counsels, legal representatives. Surely you would need to cut down on that.
Yeah, we have to strike a balance, because remember, the state also have to have counsel that are able to match what comes also from those that are litigating. You will be shocked, some of the big corporates that litigate with the states, you see that they bring highly powered guns in terms of senior counsels. So the state also has to upskill itself in terms of issues that relates to specialization, constitutional litigation, and be able to be at par with some of the modern law firms in the country.
You would also need to move with speed in ensuring that these litigation cases, they get resolved speedily, because most of them, they drag for a very long time.
Yeah, hence we are also going to discuss a mediation policy, alternative dispute resolution, so that the state is able, in some of the matters where it's obvious, to settle from the onset. No need to drag the matter up until the Constitutional Court when it is clear that in terms of the facts, there is nothing that the state can really defend. So that alternative dispute resolution mechanism will help the state also to curb this litigious or litigation cost.
The budget speech, more resources to your department to help the NPA deal with matters that are urgent, including corruption matters that have emerged from the Zondo Commission. How are you going to utilize the resources that have been allocated to your department?
Yeah, it's to modernize the functioning of the justice system and also to help the NPA in terms of the resources that they need, particularly human resource, the skills complex that they need to be able to respond to what obviously is an impending challenge and an increase of cases that will come from the recommendations of the Zondo Commission, and also to deal with their day-to-day crime issues that they are faced with as the NPA and the South African police.
When is your boss, the president, appointing the Chief Justice?
Very soon.
When is very soon?
Very soon is very soon, Siphamandla.
Next week, next month, next year?
When he announces, he will tell you that he's now appointing the Chief Justice, but I can say it's very soon.
When are the Guptas and the Bushiris coming back to South Africa?
Yeah, as you are aware, the Bushiri matter is now going back to the magistrate court in Malawi to determine whether it's extraditable or not, and we are elated by the outcomes of the High Court in Malawi, that they found that there is a possibility for the magistrate to navigate the extradition policy law in Malawi that will ensure that one day he will be able to come back. So we are hopeful that that outcome will be positive. And with regards to the Guptas, the Interpol processes, I think, is at an advanced stage for them to issue the red notice, and we are going to do our best to bring them back. And the only thing we can say is that obviously it may not happen at the pace that we want, that it must be done by tomorrow morning, but they will definitely come back to account for all the issues that they have to account for.
Thank you very much for your time, Baba. That is the Minister of Justice, Ronald Lamula. He is part of this intergovernmental national litigation forum that will be taking place here in Pretoria. President Cyril Ramaphosa is going to address the gathering, which, saw the forum being put together and meeting for the first time in 2019 in trying to deal with matters of litigation that the state is facing.
Thank you, Siphamandla, at the Intergovernmental National Litigation Forum in Pretoria.